So I brought out my root over rock that I'm just loving, but I think I let it overgrow a little much. It was facing the window, so this side's kind of facing away from us now. I think it's time to give her a little trim. And I think maybe I'll take the moss off and see what's going on underneath. The moss is all dry now. Lots of roots formed even without the moss. Right down with the plastic. Too cool. Yeah. Look at that. All right. Definitely needs a trim back. Oh, it got so long. It definitely really liked me adding this moss to it. I added a bunch in the back to try and control where the roots grew, but it didn't work. You can see they kind of grew where they wanted to, but still pretty cool. And they hugged the rock really well too, all on their own. Very nice. Hopefully they keep growing. Oop, the string just broke off on its own, which is kind of a good thing. I was just using it to pull the tree back because it was popping forward off of the rock, and I wanted it to hug the rock more. So, yeah. Oh yeah. And this is just a cutting. I think it was even a cutting from a cutting. Yeah. I'll have to put up some pictures of its whole progress on here. Yeah. Ooh. All right. I'll put you somewhere stable and work on this. Well, I tried to dress up my plywood with a plastic bag that got ripped, so I cut it up, but it wasn't big enough. And the tree's just too big. But eventually I'll have some more plastic bags I can add to the mixture. I don't know if black is better or if white is better. Not sure. But either or is better than my ugly press board. Alright. So, the first thing we probably should do is trim this little bad boy. My beautiful little tree. It's coming so nicely too on this rock. I'm so happy with this tree. I wasn't sure how it would be at first, but just wow. That's all I have to say. Take out all the supports for the moss. We'll use those later. Because I want to see what kind of roots are underneath this. So look at these. Just amazing. And the moss, of course, is all dried up because it was just that stuff I got from the buck store there. Whew. Smells a bit moldy. But I can reuse this too on other plants. Oh yeah. Now I had a front picked out for it. And I think the front was here. But I'm not sure now because the kids messed with it. But fronts change. Tastes change. Stop playing with the moss. Trim first. Moss later. Okay. I'm going to put this aside here. Oh my goodness. It sure is flourishing. Wow. And the leaves are staying small. Just amazing. Alright. Choppity chop. Yeah, you can... I had to work today, so you can kind of see that I was at work. And no point in changing. I don't know if I work tomorrow yet. We'll see. Wow. I'm really liking this as a front right here. It just shows so much. Let's see if you can see that. Oh yeah. I'll have to take that one little branch out of there, but you can see all these roots and how everything grows out. I know there's that one big branch going to the back, but I'm going to be chopping everything apart, so we might just go full Nigel on this tree. I don't know yet. So I'm going to be picking this as my front. I wish I could put it in a better pot too. We'll see what I have. This thing is darned heavy, let me tell you. This giant rock. I don't know what I was thinking. But I picked this rock up from one of our job sites, so it's quite a nice memory. Wow. I don't even know where to start. Well, I guess I'll start by cutting this one off. Right here, and this little leaf right here. Now that opens it up, so that's basically where I want my front, and I cannot keep any more of these cuttings. I have so many of these cuttings now. Can't do it. Okay. So we have stuff growing on the inside we'll take off. Start small, start small. Inside of a curve we can take off. Start small, work our way up. Now this just came from inside the house. So you can see that these grow fantastic inside the house. My ones that are outside have all stopped growing now. I don't know what it is, but if I keep them outside, they just go dormant. Old leaf. Wow. I think I let it go a little long. Old leaf. I was hoping something would come out of this stub. The leaf is still there, but nothing grew yet. Maybe if I keep it outside for a little while, I can spur something. When I bring it back into the house, then it'll flush right out again. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. So I really need to shrink this tree down. So I'm starting to get inverse taper here. I'm not sure what I should do. Maybe cut this entire big branch off and just try and develop this stub here. Or if I should cut the stub off and try and develop a farther branch, even though there's quite a large straight section there. Hang on, let me cut off an old leaf. Maybe I'll be able to see a bit better. Uh-oh, mosquitoes. So there's quite a large straight section here, which I'm not too much of a fan of. So maybe I might actually cut it off right here and try and get this stub going. There's actually a little shoot right here too. Oof. I'm not sure what I'll do. This is growing on the inside. I'm going to take this off. Yeah. There is just so much here. And everything has a bud. There's buds everywhere. So there's lots to choose from, that's for sure. And I can get it to grow back this way, no problem. It's just it was facing the window that way for too long. Okay, so we have two competing branches here. Take this old leaf off, and I think I'm going to cut this back to this little, it's bent because it's going toward the window, but we'll see if it'll come back this way. Oops. Get lost, mosquito. And this one, remove the old leaf. And I'll cut it back. Cut it back to this upper leaf here. And we'll see which one looks nicest, and I can maybe get rid of one. See if something else comes back, comes out of there. Another old leaf here I'll get rid of. Oh boy. Crazy overwhelming. Just gotta check what the dog's doing here. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. What was I doing now? Oh yeah. Being overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed. Parallel branches here. I'm gonna take out the part on this one that's growing underneath this big branch and keep this little part that's growing this way, and I think I'm going to cut this one back to this first leaf. I don't know if I really like those two branches side by side like that. But I want to shorten that branch back. I have a stub here. The old leaf here. I cut it back to here for now. Yeah, I really like this one, but I'm not happy with that one. I'm not sure I want to do a Hail Mary cut on there. That branch is too important, I think. This one's thickening up nice because it's got all these aerial roots coming off of it. Oh my goodness. It's coming up real nice now. This is pretty jumbled here. Should I keep this lower branch? It's hard to tell right now because all the leaves are facing to where the window was, so these branches have so much movement too. But I gotta chop it back. I let it go far too long. So I think this one, I'm going to chop back I don't know what I'm going to chop back, but it's way too straight. And I've got branches, if I want to make this the front, I've got these branches coming straight towards you, but there's not much else there. Hopefully I get something coming out in a better direction, but for now, I think I'm going to cut it right back to this old leaf here. And this one's splaying out real nice. I don't know if I want it going straight down. I think I'll cut it back. I think I'll cut this off. I don't want it going straight down. And then I'm going to cut this back. There's a little sprout here. Yeah, I'm going to cut it back to this one for now. It's still quite a straight section, but I'm going to have to do this one slowly. It's just very overwhelming. Now this one at the bottom, I think I need it to break this big straight part off, or break it up, I mean, until I get some other buds on here where I can bring this branch down and get rid of this very straight section. But I want this branch, unless I chop this entire thing off and make this the leader. I don't know. It's very overwhelming, let me tell you. Well, for sure I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back to here. And see if I get something else. And then I can make that sort of decision later. Oh boy. See, when you like something a lot too, it makes it really difficult to make big decisions. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that like that for now. So this is my front. So this is much too straight for too long. But I'm going to wait and see if I can get something else to bud back. And then I can bring it back slowly. So this inverse taper here has got to be taken care of. I'm sure that this branch growing out will help fatten out the bottom. But I have to do something with this. Probably see it better here, where it's thin down here and it gets really thick. Terrifying decisions, like a train going by. I'm going to cut this back to here and see what it looks like. Straight section there. That's sort of what the front looks like, or what I think might be the front. And I think I'm going to bring this branch all the way back to here. Oh boy. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe I might keep this one. Oh, that was a hard cut to make. Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was hard. What have I done? Whew. Okay, okay. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, let's take a look at it from afar now. Wow, it fits right on the black background now. Oh, it's starting to get a bit dark. Hopefully you guys can still see everything okay. Wow. I might go get a light. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so so if I want this to be the front, obviously that cannot stick up that far. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at what I've cut off already. Oh no. That's what the camera was sitting on. Oh my goodness. Oh, it looked so nice before too. Okay, I'm gonna walk away for a minute and come back, maybe hopefully with some more light. Alright, we're back. We're probably a little wobbly because we are now inside the trailer. Here we are in a bug-free zone, a little bit more comfortable. And we've decided somewhere around here is going to be our front. I think the roots will look the nicest here too. So this side was growing to the window. So we've also decided that this cannot be. Now if I cut it back to here, everything's going to be growing backwards. But we might have to eliminate, because this is already a big straight section. And this is a really long straight section. We don't want that. So to keep this branch alive, we need to keep leaves on it. Even though this one actually buds back pretty nicely. Especially when I mist it every day. So I might cut it back to here anyways. These are hard cuts. I'm fond of this tree. My goodness. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Oh my. I need to sit on a phone book or something, I think. Maybe I'll just sit on my knees here. Oh my goodness. Alright. Hold your breath. It's gone. Oh. And I can't keep any more cuttings because I've got so many of these and so many other things right now. I don't need to make doubles and quadruples of everything. And that's just as hard as doing the cuts, not keeping the cuttings. I don't have anybody to give them to either. Okay, okay. Breathe. We need to think about this now. This one's growing in. We're going to take this off. And we're going to shorten this back. It's pretty long here to this, but I noticed that this little bud in here has not survived. So we need it to bud back somewhere else. So we're just going to, there's like a little kinked section here. I'm just going to take it back to get rid of that kinked section. And we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. Hopefully this one here, eventually I could shorten it to get rid of this straight section, but I'm not ready yet. And the same thing with this one. I'm just not ready yet. I could probably make this a leader, but I can't do it right now. So this one here, I cut back a couple times already. But I think I'm going to take this tiny little section out anyways. Let me see here. I know that this leaf is interfering with that stuff, but it's the only, like there's a bud on here that I might be able to cut back to later, but I want to wait till it actually buds out. So I'm going to leave this leaf on here to make sure this branch lives, even though it's interfering with the other stuff. So this is growing lanky. I'm just going to cut it back to the first leaf. And yeah, that inverse taper is crazy. But I don't want to lose the branching there either at the same time. So there's an aerial root that tried here, but didn't get anywhere. Just going to cut that off. Things are difficult to decide. So I'm going to take this off here to this leaf and see what happens. So I'm not sure if I should have one apex and how to decide what the apex should be. I guess this must be the main part of the tree. So this should be the tallest part. And this should be shorter. But I've only got this branch to cut it back to. I'm not sure. I gotta make the decision. And you know what? It is really straight. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to cut it back to this branch. This branch right here. Ouch. Yeah. That's just too much of a straight section there. I don't have a choice. This is the only branch I have here. And you can see little bumps on there. Well, maybe you can't see it in the camera, but they're there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here for you guys. Oh, you can see almost the whole tree there now. Yeah, that straight section has to go. I gotta do it. I gotta make the big cut. Oh boy. That's another hard one. That. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay. Okay, so that looks better. Doesn't make me feel better, but it looks better. Oh goodness. Jeez. What have I done? Oh my goodness. Wow. How do you bonsai people do it? I guess I'll have to get used to it eventually. Ah, okay. That's all I'm uncomfortable with doing. I mean, comfortable with doing. No, I'm not comfortable with doing any of that. Okay, so this branch here is now bothering me, and that was actually the one I liked. But I don't know, it's following this maybe a little bit too closely. I don't know yet. I do not know yet. Oh boy. So I want somewhere around here to be my front. And it leaves no negative space there. And here, it's right on top of the trunk. Okay. Kind of makes that branch though. Well, I'm going to have to shorten this one, so I'm going to short it. There's nothing here. I want to keep this leaf to keep the branch alive, so I'm going to shorten it back to here for now, and hopefully bring it back more later. And I can't make the choice. I'm going to leave it for now. Take this stub off here. I think this could become something. It's actually coming out a lot nicer than I expected. So there's a bud coming out here. Not a very ideal place. There's another one. Oh, I think I might have broke the other one off. Uh-oh. I'm sure more will come. But I'm going to leave that little bud for now. Oh boy. So, the other thing I want to do is I want to take some of this moss off and see what's under there. And this is just the dollar store moss I got to try and get the aerial roots going, because I couldn't seem to get them going in the house at all. There's some interesting roots down here, that's for sure. Some I can probably shape. This was actually the stem. When I put it in there, there was this stem and this one root here. And I used the stem to work it over the, since it already had a kink in it from hanging over the edge of the pot, or the cup I had it in, when I was rooting it. So I kind of used it, and it worked out. I don't think I can flatten this, it's hard as a rock now. But this shaped over nice. And if I can get more roots growing all around here, that'd be cool. These ones came out nice. Hopefully they're alive and they thicken up. They wrap all the way around. This moss is dried. Oh, there's big roots in here. Look at that. So I might have to wet this moss again to be able to take it off without harming anything. It's going to be really neat when I take it out, I think. And they say this, once this stuff dries right up, it doesn't grow. But this is all new growth from the dried bag of moss. It actually grew once I started wetting it. Must have had a lot of spores in it. Okay. So I'm going to let that soak in, and I'll go and feed my mutt and do a couple things inside, and we'll come back and finish it.